Hello, Gary Hernandez here, and welcome to Kane Self-Defense with Master Gary Hernandez. In this video, I want to talk about distance and timing, but I really want to get more specific on the three different zones in self-defense. Now, we have a green zone, a yellow zone, and a red zone in self-defense. I've talked about these before and went over them in videos, but I want to talk about one of the zones that's a little bit misleading and what I feel is the most dangerous zone to be in. And believe it or not, it is not the red zone. Now, with the three different zones you have a red zone. A red zone is very dangerous, of course, because there's that old rule, if I can touch them, they can touch me. And if I'm in this zone, any minute this person can hit, kick, punch, whatever, knee, anything. So if I end up in this zone, I need to really be 100% ready for anything. On the flip side of that is the green zone, where I'm far enough away to where if this individual starts to take 3 to 4 steps or even starts to run at me, I have time to react. I have time to prepare for the situation or even try to run. Now, the zone that you need to worry about the most, especially if you're new at training, is the yellow zone, because it's very misleading. Even when you have a cane. So if you're new to the cane world, you need to watch how this works out. And if you've been doing canes for a long time, you should know this. If you're not familiar with it, then I'll explain why I feel it's so dangerous. Because number one, it's misleading. Right here, I'm where, even with my cane, I can't reach out and touch them. And I can be having, look, calm down, dude, I feel comfortable. But from here, one good lunge, and he's got a hold of me. So if he has a knife, one good lunge, and he can stab me. We've all seen the 21-foot rule with the police officer and the knife. Now, I'm not a very tall guy. I'm only 5'8". So somebody bigger than me, he's got longer legs, they're going to close that gap a lot bigger. You might be this far away, and he might be about 6'5", and you're kind of looking up to him, but you still think he's far away because he's going that way in height. He's not this close. Well, you got to remember something. Those legs are a lot longer than you. So for me to do this, he's definitely going to be able to do the same. Now, we talked about jamming them, moving back, and all that. But I'm going to show you something that you can do for a good swing and a hit if that happens. First off, always remember, the yellow zone, you want to get to that green zone. And have no false illusions. That green zone can automatically turn into a yellow zone and into a red zone right after it like that. So first off, everything else, situational awareness, knowing what's going on. Now, why I try not to ever get in the yellow zone, especially if someone's pissed. I'm backing away constantly trying to keep that distance. But let's say I can't. Maybe there's something behind me, or maybe I'm in a room. I'm somewhere where I cannot create that green zone. Well, I'm in that yellow zone, so I need to understand, there they are. Now, I don't have a person that's going to charge me or even take a quick step in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate that this bag has come toward me. Now, how am I going to do that? Simple. If you're training and you want to simulate, you put this out. You see where your bag is. Now, from here, you take a good lunge and you can touch your bag. So let's understand, I need to be doing something as that person's already starting that approach. Watch this. That one foot steps out, and then the body catches up, and the lean goes in. And that's when they can touch me. Well, let's go ahead, and we're going to do our defense from when they're right about halfway of that whole movement. Why do I say that? Because if I move first before he moves, he's just going to turn and heat seek me. That's it. So one of the things I want to do is a simple swing. But here's where you got to understand. If I move, I don't want to have what's called wasted motion. What do I mean by wasted motion? And I'll show you in this direction. I'm going to do a simple horizontal swing from tip on the floor. But what can mess that swing up is this. I'm here. Let's take that half step. All of a sudden, I'm going to my left because he's coming in. So if I do that half step, and that's where he started to move in, and that's where my motion started to move, and I do that swing, see what happened? I did that half step. As I move, I just barely grazed him. So I'll go back to that half step. Look how much was able to hit him. Now again, I'll put myself about, this is my yellow to where one lunge and he's got me. So I do that half a step. If I move with the cane and bring it with me, I caught his arm, but I'm not catching his face. If I do it the way I like to do it, now what made that give me about that much more distance? This. When you're wanting to step and you want to create space because they're coming in, but you still want to hit them, don't bring your cane with you. And here's what I mean. If I'm here and I go 1, 2, and bring my cane, I took my cane all the way here with me. And then if I swing. So if I go 1, 2, and swing, I brought it with me. Not to mention, if I try to and then reach out, I'm wasting motion. So we're going to cut that motion wasted down. As we step, we're going to chamber for it. Watch. See how I left it on the floor? It's now chambered and ready to swing. I don't have to pick it out and swing. It's already chambered. If I step here and then do this, I'm having to take it out and around. But if I move my body, and as it's there, now it's chambered. So again, as I move, it's chambered, and I hit. Because if I go like this, I'm missing them because I'm bringing my cane with me. I'm going to start to move me, and as the cane starts to want to, it's almost like I'm going to drag it, but I'm not going to drag it. I'm just allowing it to be cocked and loaded right there. And that is my fire move. Again, I'm here. I'm in that yellow zone. He's going to step in. So I'm going to take that half a step as though he's starting. Remember, he's still stepping further than that because he's getting to about here to hit to close that gap. So from here, as I do that, the cane's there and the reach goes out. But if I'm here and I step and I bring the cane with me, there's no reach. I took the I took the self-defense tool with me. When I wanted to come with me, but I wanted to visit him first. So one more time. Step, there it is, locked and loaded and able to swing. I'll show you here. Step, as this foot starts, understand, I'm basically doing this. There it is, locked and loaded. As this leg starts to move, the cane swings. Now, that's well when I'm going to my left. What happens if I'm going to my right? Okay, let's talk about that. Again, we're here. He's going to do that one step and get me. So let me do that half step and come back to here. Now, if I try to move too fast, I can't lean the cane this way, I'll trip. I don't want to go step, step, and then throw it out. So if I go like this, I'm going to trip on my own cane. If I go step, step, and drop it here, then it's a wasted motion. So what I'm going to do is we're here still. As I step, I lead off with the cane with this foot. Remember how I went here and when I was here, I stepped, the cane leaned, and then as this cane went, it's the reversal. This foot and this cane went, and then that went. So again, boom, going this way, boom. So that's because once that cane's leaned, whether I'm going this way, it's leaned, it's ready to fire, or whether I shoot it this way and start to move, it's ready to fire. I just don't want to go 1, 2, and then 3, 1, 2, and then 3. I want to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So I want to have a 2 quick hit maneuver. Well, not 2 quick hits, but 2 steps for that 1 hit. So again, we're in the yellow zone. he can lunge out and get a hold of me. When you're practicing that, you can practice with a partner. As he comes in, you step and then boom. Or as he's coming in, you shift out and then boom. But when you don't have a partner and you have a bag of any kind of bag, again, judge your distance. You think you're safe. You think I got time. No, you don't. He takes one good step, he's here. So remember, as he starts to move, because you're not going to move unless he moves. So as he starts to move, you need to move. Yeah, can I come in with my jam and all that? Yes, you can. But if he's really big and stuff and he's closing that gap, I don't know if I want to go up against about 300-pound guy like this. I'd rather move to one side, catch him in the head or maybe even the leg. So again, what you're going to do, you're in that yellow zone. Take that half a step. And right where you can just start, just start to touch his face. So as you're moving and leaning, now you can hit the side of his head. Same thing on this one. Do that half a step. So as you shift out, boom, you can hit. You're going to find out you're going to get about that much of your cane at the side of his head. So hopefully that technique helps. Practice it, as I always say, make it your own. Gary Hernandez, thank you very much. If you have not had a chance, please subscribe to the channel, help grow it. I do need to put more videos out there. I know I haven't been putting out a lot lately. I've been in so many different avenues going, working with my online students, working with the school, and my other business ventures. But I'm going to get back into putting more of the YouTube out there. But if you get an opportunity, please subscribe, help support the channel. Again, thank you very much, Gary Hernandez, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.